Chapter 6, The False Peace. Scripture basis is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verses 3 and 4. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped. The rain finally stopped, and for the first time in months, sunlight broke through the clouds. Chicago looked almost peaceful. Streets that once echoed with sirens and screams now carried the hum of rebuilding. People returned to work, stores reopened, and massive screens across the skyline displayed a single image, a man with calm eyes and a steady smile. Adrian Vale. The new face of hope. He was the appointed head of the World Council, a leader who spoke with gentleness and authority, his words dripping with unity and reason. Every speech began the same way. Out of chaos comes order, out of division comes peace, and out of fear comes faith in humanity. To a world desperate for stability, he was salvation. But to the remnant, his words were poison wrapped in honey. Elias watched one of Vale's addresses from an old radio in the depot. The crowd on the broadcast roared as Vale raised his hands and smiled. The old ways have passed, Vale declared, and a new world begins. No more borders, no more wars, no more separation of faiths. We are one under peace. Leah entered quietly, her face pale. They're calling it the Covenant of Global Harmony. It's being signed in Jerusalem. Elias turned sharply. Jerusalem. That's not coincidence. No, she replied softly. It's prophecy. She opened her Bible and read aloud from Daniel chapter 9 verse 27. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. Her eyes met his. It's him, Elias. The false peace before the storm. Days turned into weeks, and the illusion deepened. The world seemed to flourish under Vale's rule. Hunger decreased, wars ceased, and even nature appeared to calm. The media called it the Restoration Age. But beneath the surface, something darker brewed. Those without the seal were now officially declared non-compliant citizens. They were denied food, water, and medical access. Rumors spread of hidden camps outside the city where resistors were sent for rehabilitation. The remnant had to move constantly. Every broadcast tower, every drone eye, every database worked against them. Still, Leah's faith only grew stronger. The more they tightened their grip, she told the others, the brighter the truth will shine. Remember, even the darkest deception cannot silence the word. Elias wasn't so sure. The weight of leadership pressed on him now. He was no longer just a protector, he was a believer in the making, yet still haunted by doubt. One evening, while the group rested beneath an overpass, a stranger approached. His clothes were clean, too clean, his demeanor calm but sharp. He spoke softly. I'm looking for the one they call Leah Monroe. Elias stood quickly. Who's asking? The man smiled faintly. A messenger. I bring word from the council. The remnant stirred uneasily. Leah stepped forward. Then you've found her. The man handed her a small metallic card. You've been invited to meet with Director Vale himself. He wishes to discuss peace with your group. A chance to end the hostility. Elias' jaw tightened. Peace. Or surrender. The man didn't flinch. Sometimes, they're the same. When he left, silence filled the air. The group looked to Leah. Don't, Elias warned. It's a trap. Leah held the card in her hand, her expression unreadable. Maybe. But even traps reveal truth. And truth is what we're called to stand for. 3 days later, Leah went alone. The meeting took place inside a restored government building downtown, now renamed the Center of Global Unity. The room was white, spotless, and cold. At its center stood Adrian Vale, dressed in a simple gray suit, his eyes filled with the calm that made people trust him instantly. "Leah Monroe," he said, extending his hand. "You've caused quite a stir." She didn't take it. "The gospel always does." He smiled. "I'm not your enemy, Leah. I want what you want, a better world." "A world without Christ is no better world," she replied quietly. Vale paced slowly. "Faith has divided humanity for too long. It's time to move beyond superstition and follow truth, unity, compassion, science. We can build paradise right here." Leah's eyes filled with sorrow. "That's the oldest lie there is." Vale stopped walking. "You could help me, Leah. The people listen to you. Join us, and your followers will be safe." She shook her head. "I already follow someone greater." Something flickered behind his calm expression, a shadow, sharp and cold. "Then you're choosing destruction." "No," she said firmly. "I'm choosing truth." That night, Leah never returned to the depot. Elias waited until morning before leading a small team into the city to search for her. The center was empty by the time they arrived, the marble halls echoing with silence. But on the podium where Vale had stood, they found a single note written in Leah's handwriting: "He comes not with war, but with words. Stay ready." Elias held the note tightly, his eyes burning. "We will." Outside, the sun rose over the skyline, casting gold over a city still sleeping in deception. The world had embraced its false peace, and prophecy had just stepped into its next chapter.